All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Upscale Love for You. The program participants' opinions are based on the information that they consider from their own knowledge. No expressions or accuracy is related to Upscale.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Upscale Love for You, Tantalizing Talk Thursday night. All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their own opinion and do not reflect the opinions of Upscale Love for You. The program participants' opinions are based upon information that they consider from their own knowledge. No expression or accuracy is related to Upscale Love for You.
All right, welcome everyone. And I want to say tonight is a very special night because it's none other than social media diva's birthday. And
Hey.
tonight we are going to celebrate, but guess what, y'all? We're going to conversate as well as celebrate. So if this is your first time here with Upscale Love for You, just know that Upscale Love for You is formulated to entertain, educate, and facilitate self-help, self-love, and everything you want to know and wish to know about love and relationships. So come on every Thursday, unless we let you know we're not going to be here for Tantalizing Talk Thursday, because Upscale Love is here for you. Also, because we are in the process of turning over different things and we're going to have a different layout and format, we are asking that everyone come on, have a great night, but please do not record or live stream. Once again, due to copyright infringement benefits, do not live stream or copy Upscale Love for You. And tonight we're going to go ahead and get started. I am yours truly, Dr. Fabulous, the CEO and founder of Upscale Love for You. And I'm going to turn it on over back to Lil Bo Peep.
Hey, welcome everybody. You know, you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but we thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday night. Again, it's our very own social media diva. Happy birthday. I wish you all the blessings, peace, and love to you on your special day.
All right. Now dropping on Okay, dropping on over to DFG. Come on and introduce yourself, DFG.
Good evening, everybody. This is DFG. Just want to thank everybody for coming, and I'm going to pass it back to Dr. Fabulous.
All right, rolling on down to Special K. Come on, Special K.
Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Special K in this beautiful city of Savannah, Georgia. Just want to give a big thank you to everyone for tuning in with us tonight, and a big shout out to our own social media diva. Happy birthday.
All right, and I see coming and going, we got the Action J in the house. Action J, are you able to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm able to introduce myself. Good night, everyone. Lights, camera, action. I'm here. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. And a special shout out to Social Media Diva. Wish you happy sweet 16, or should I say 21 birthday.
Oh, okay. You trying to find out the age now. That's something else now. Something else. Okay.
I got you.
I couldn't hear you. Go ahead again, Action J. I couldn't hear you.
I'll pass the mic back to you, Dr. Fab.
All right, all right. Coming on down to our special Lady T. Can you hear me, Lady T? Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm here. I'm live in the 305. There's little technical difficulties, but you know, we're here and I'm going to hang on this ride tonight.
All right. Well, thank you for hanging on this ride tonight. So, with that being said, we're going to let Social Media Diva say something tonight before we start the show.
Yes, I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes and for just everything for coming on and all. Back to you, Dr. Fab.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. So tonight's show, and I have to say this, my brother came on earlier, y'all, trying to get me all hot and aggravated. But one thing about Dr. Fabulous, I will stand my ground. You can't change me. You can't make me because I am who I am. So if he's out there listening, and he will see this recording because he goes behind and look at all the recordings, this one is for you, to my brother Travis Bridges. Yes, the whole name, Travis Bridges. We'll wait for you to come on through because I know you're coming back. If you don't, you know I still love you. But nevertheless, the subject for tonight is, when is it too soon, or when should you open up to the person that you're dating, that that deep dark inner child that you really want to share with this person? When is it time, or is it too soon to start getting into your personables? Because the other Thursday, they were saying different things about asking people about their employment, this and that and the other. And I say, and I stand on it till I'm 6 feet under, I don't like when someone asks that question to me. Now, to others, it may be fine, but as long as I'm in my right mind, so forth and so on, even if you're trying to get to know who I am, please, in Radio Land, if you're trying to come on and talk to Dr. Fabulous, don't ask me what I do because you don't want to hear my answer. So, with that being said, guess what, y'all? I'm going to turn it right on over to the one, the only Lil Bo Peep. Go ahead, Lil Pete.
Yeah, I'm back. Hey, look at here tonight. Again, thank y'all for joining. We're gonna smoke up some ish. Is distinguished brother on here tonight?
He running a little behind schedule because he had to
Okay.
do something for his wife.
Okay.
And ladies first. That's right.
Definitely. They say happy wife, happy life. I think that's how I go. Happy wife. Might be happy
I can
life.
tell you're not married because you would know that inside and out.
Well, I used to be. That's another story for another show.
Now let's talk about it, little Bo. Bring the
Look at here,
smoke.
lady T. What it do? What it do? Look at here. For me, I'm kind of two-sided. As I get older, I'm more of a private guy. Like, I don't really like a lot of people in my business. So I try to keep things in perspective. However, in meeting someone, I feel like, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with asking those initial questions of, hey, who are you? Inquiring minds want to know, who are you? What do you do? Like, what do you do for a living? I want to make sure you ain't no stripper. I want to make sure you ain't on the corner selling,
Ooh, what my hand
that
thing?
strain
Let
for
my
a little
hand
piece
go up.
I'll make sure you ain't doing that strain for a little piece of change. I gotta make. I mean, you might can lie though. A
I
person
feel
can
you
lie.
on that.
A person
I feel
can
you,
lie.
little Bo.
A person can lie, but
We don't need no 4 color girls in the car either.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta know. I want to know certain things, and I don't have to go into detail. But hey, where you from? Like me, I'm automatically come off the rip and let you know, hey, Macon, Georgia's on. Macon, Georgia's fine. It's home of little Richard Otis Redding. Not little Bo Peep. So I'm gonna let you know where I'm from. And if a woman says, well, what do you do, little Bo Peep? I'm gonna say, of course, I co-host Upscale Love for You podcast. That's what I had to add that. I had to add that. That's what I say now, because I want them to come on and follow the smoke. But I tell them, I tell them I'm a chef for Bo Peep Burgers and Barbecue. I don't disclose that the ownership side of the things that I do, because people try to gauge your
They
pockets.
try to pimp. They try to pimp.
They try to
I'm
gauge
gonna put it out there. You got some gold diggers. Jamie Foxx said it. Was it Jamie Foxx who sung that song?
So that's my initial initial take. And Dr. Fab is waiting, and I'm listen. It's gonna be. I'm waiting for the battle of Dr. Fab and Special K on this, because when we had that show that night,
it's no battle. It's no battle.
Doctor was holding hers and K was holding hers. Let me ring the bell. It's a fight. Let's go. Let's talk about it, Doctor.
No,
Come
let
on.
me tell you, it's not a
Now,
fight.
little Bo Peep, you starting mess.
He's trying to do like my brother, but you see my brother gone. He know who to play with. But check this out now. See, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. You all weren't here, but my brother came on a whole 15, 20 minutes early to try to get this out of me. And the conversation that he was having with myself as well as Patrice, he says that men don't care really a rat's butt what a woman does for her career choices or whatever. That's just to break the ice, to try to get to know about that person. Well, if you did not care, why are you asking this question? So now I'm gonna come back to Lil Bo Peep. Now, the same question that you asked the young lady, and you said that you would want to know if she said that she was a dance instructor. Okay, let's bring it on home. She's a dance instructor.
Okay.
And then later on, you done got all into her. I mean, like, oh, baby, you can shimmy, shimmy, you can shake, shake. I know you teaching those students what they need to know for dancing, right? She said she's a dance instructor.
Okay.
Get on home. And you said that, but you done got into it now. That heart is captured. You are all into it.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, check this out. Later on, you went to her and she says, I got to work tonight. And then you say, I thought you told me you was a dance instructor. I am. I am a dance instructor at, let's say, Lil Bo Pete's Lounge. And you say, Lil Bo Pete's Lounge, where is that located? And she go ahead and tell you, yeah, that's that gentleman's club up the street, round the corner, XYZ. And then, but now take it, your heart is there. You're into her. She did not lie to you because she is a dance instructor. She teach all the pole dancers, all the new dancers. So therefore, you said you could not get down with a stripper. They don't even call them strippers no more. They're exotic dancers. And because she did not tell you a lie, because she teach all the girls to move, all the good moves, unless they are a high, what is that person that come out first, the highliner or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
Headliner. That's it.
Headliner.
So my question for you, after we done went around the world and back, you find out that she is a dance instructor for the pole dancers, and sometimes she performs as well. What do you do at this point? She didn't lie.
Blocked. She's still getting blocked. She getting blocked because the thing about me and this old heart of mine that was raised by Big Bo Peep, I turn that mofo off in a minute. You lie to me.
But listen, you have young ladies that dance not to be, that side chick or whatever, but they're dancing to go through college, paying bills, doing what they do, and it's legitimately their job. But you're telling me you still feel that because she's dancing for other eyes other than your own, you wouldn't date her.
Listen, it doesn't matter why, right? The what is at hand. The why.
She's a dance instructor. That's what she told you. She didn't lie.
You can call it.
No, she did lie. She did lie. That's deceiving.
You can call it what you want.
Because
There you
she's the
go.
dance instructor over the young
Oh,
ladies.
she's a stripper.
She's not a stripper. See, that's the closed-minded of individuals. And when you go to a high-class gentleman club, I'm in Aventura, Florida.
Exotic. Okay, exotic.
I'm sitting out looking. I'm sitting out looking, and I can look across over there in the beautiful city lights, and you have one of the top-notch gentleman clubs over there. They don't call them strippers; they call them exotic dancers. And you do have instructors that teach.
I don't care what the title
has taken up a course or two how to slide up and down the pole.
It still was deceiving to him. I mean, and then you let somebody, because you said you were a dance instructor, so that's broad, but you didn't narrow it down to say that I'm an dance instructor.
He did not ask.
Oh, I'm gonna ask.
Come on, Dr. Fabulous.
I'm gonna ask.
A job is a job. That's just like I can say I'm a professor. I'm a professor at what?
I'm gonna ask.
Get in details.
So real true story. True story I'm gonna share. True story.
Share it. Because you can't make me see that for now.
When I was a promoter and I would end my nights at the Candy Shop, was a nice, very nice strip club in Atlanta, Gentlemen's Club off of Virginia Avenue. I met a young lady. I would always be in a section just to relax. She would come in and we would talk. I never got dances. I never touched her, anything. And she was really cool. So we started kicking it. We started hanging out, and we was at dinner one night. And these guys walked by and they spoke. And they was like, all right. They was like, hey, how you doing? She's like, I'm fine. They was like, all right, we'll see you later on. And I was like, it just made me feel a way, because even though she wasn't going to work that night, it made me feel, man, they finna go see her naked. And she really did grow up, had a hard life. Mom died when she was 2. Dad died when she was 4, got tossed around. And she really was in nursing school. And she even offered to stop dancing. But I just couldn't get with it. So the why does not matter for me. The what does. So if you tell me you are a dance instructor, I got a special mind. So I'm gonna go, what type of dance? You teach children, you teach teenagers, high school. I need to know what kind. So I'm gonna go in depth. You can put, my daddy used to say, you can't pour water in my face and make me think it's rain. What's up? Come on in, Lady T.
Because I ain't finished. Because
somebody else got to think. Hold on, doctor.
I'm coming back to you.
She can take the show.
It was your inner feelings, that your emotions, your manhood that got all over you about that young lady because somebody else has seen her. But if she's yours, baby, she could dance and grab $1 million. And let me say this to all my friends across the nation. Baby, you want to dance, shake it till you can't shake no more. Make $1 million and you mine. It don't matter to me who you dance for. You see what I'm saying? Because my husband was one of those men. I ain't ashamed. Yeah, he was out there first. He was a street hustler. But when we walked in places, guess what? All them hooker crooks that loved him like
hooker crooks.
Because listen, it was way back in the hey day when they were selling them bootleg bags. My husband would bust through there and sell $1 trillion. And boy, they loved him because he had them pretty old long dreads. And they'd be like, hey. I say, baby, go make that money. That was what I told him.
He went naked though. He went naked though. They didn't know his business.
His wife was.
Listen,
they didn't know his business.
Side piece always got to know their place.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, honey, they can be a side, they can be a whole order of fries, but it didn't matter to that. Fabulous, because baby, you know what? I knew where the moolah was laying. Now I'm gonna put my hand down and I'm gonna put your hand.
Put your hand down, Lady T. Come on in, and then Leanne was next.
Okay. First and foremost, you have to ask the right questions. Exactly. I am definitely down with you, little Bo Peep. You have to dissect the situation and you got to listen to the context clues. Secondly, A woman body is a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as she ain't opening up them legs and getting some of that, then she can shake it, she can bend over, she can twist it, she can do whatever she wants to. Again, I'm with Dr. Fab on this. Coming home to you. That's your trophy. That's your pride and joy. You walking out with her like, yeah, I got her. You wish you had her.
So that
There's nothing. That's the problem with the entire world. There's nothing wrong with breasts. There's nothing wrong with butt. There's nothing wrong with walking in, nudity, because that's how we started. It's a beautiful thing. But you as a man, y'all gotta let go of those insecurities and just walk in confidence.
I'm a very
Walk in
confident man.
authority.
I'm a very
You may be
authoritative.
confident, but
I'm a very
if you were
authoritative.
that confident, little Bo, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to hash it out. If
Mm-mm.
you were that confident, then you would not let them, bother you.
Let me tell you.
That's all I gotta say.
Let me tell you something. That operative word with me, see, for me, I don't want a woman that everybody has seen because it is my prized possession. So I don't want, when I'm walking through the mall with my daughter, I don't want a woman that half of Atlanta don't sing, half the city don't sing. I don't want no pass around because I don't know what she's done in that profession. So some professions I'm gonna stay away from because it's not a fit for who I am, for the path that I am a part of. So for me, it has nothing to do with a lack of confidence. Any room I walk in, you can take. I was hanging with a big boss this time last year, riding in big Phantoms and Maybachs and everything. And we walk in the club. Them guys got on $200,000-$300,000 worth of jewelry, and I don't have on them nothing. And then I'm getting more attention than the guys that got on $200,000-$300,000 worth of attention. It's my presence that commands attention.
They think you rich. Rich people ain't flashy.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, whatever they thought, they saw the presence. So I don't think for some men it may be insecurity, but for this one, I'm not insecure. I just don't want it. It just doesn't fit for me. That's like if somebody said, I like burgers, but I don't like McDonald's. I want Five Guys. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody say,
It's your choice.
It's your choice.
But let me ask you this. What is the difference with a female putting on a cat suit versus a two-piece swimsuit that's a thong, G-string, whatever, and dancing?
It's sight versus imagination. You're covered in that cat suit. So if I see you in that cat suit and I see that Coca-Cola shape or that 2 liter, that 3 liter, 4 liter, whatever size you are, right? Or that gallon, and I see it and you covered, then it's up to my imagination. I go to the strip club, I ain't got to use my imagination. It's actual sight. I'm seeing you, right? So that's the difference. That's the difference. Sight versus imagination. You know what I'm saying? My preference is for a woman not to be in the profession where she shows her body for a living, no matter the reason. So for me, the why does not matter, but the what is 100%.
But she can dance as long as she got clothes on. Oh God.
She can come dance. My woman can come dance and shake that. Don't stop. She can come shake all she wants. I'll make it blizzard on her all day. My birthday coming up. Look at here. She better be ready to shake that on, you know what I'm saying, for my birthday. So, but guess what? That's just for little Bo Peep. That's for King Bo Peep. That ain't for King Bo Peep and 1,000 other cats on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get down like that. I'm too prideful to be a part of certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like my walk, my calling. I can't do it. It ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I tried it. And she was gorgeous. I mean, like she was the baddest one in there. But I couldn't do it. Special K. We got hands up, Lady T. I'm gonna come back to you, Lady T. Cause you talking about a cat suit. I love me a woman in a cat suit. Especially
hint, hint, ladies, hint, hint.
No, so I just want to.
And then Nicole I see you with your hand up.
So, okay, I just want to touch on that subject. So the way I see it is going back to Dr. Fabulous's scenario. First, I mean, if this is the man's preference, if that's his preference to not date a stripper, that's his preference. Everybody has a preference. So, you got to respect that. And it is deceiving because of the fact that she says, I'm a dance instructor. And like he said, he may be under the impression, it could be teaching kids, it could be doing a weekly hip hop dance, class, something to that effect. And then he gets into her. So every night or however she does it, she's going somewhere in a setting he's not comfortable with, stripping from other men. And while he's thinking, okay, she's doing something different, right? So that's the deceiving part of it. And then he finds out that she's this, since y'all don't like the word stripper, we'll say exotic dancer. Then he finds out she's this exotic dance instructor. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that from somebody if that's not what they signed up for. If
Right.
that's not the type of person that he wants or chooses to be in his life. It really has nothing to do with the clothing, him being confident and naked. I mean, you gotta respect that.
Preach.
And so that is deceiving.
Preach.
That's the problem with that. Now that's the same like if your man, you knew he was a street dealer when you got with him, so you knew everything at the point. But if I meet somebody, he tells me he has a degree in pharmacology and he's a pharmacist or he's a pharmacy assistant, because that's the same scenario, right? He's telling me he's a pharmacy assistant, so I'm thinking, okay, he at work, maybe he work at Walgreens, I don't know. Then I find out he's a street pharmacist. That's not what I want at this point in my life, and I have every right to back away from that.
I got to jump in here, and I know my hand is to come second, but there is a difference. Special K.
Wait, Dr. Fab, let her finish.
I got because I don't want people to think my husband was a drug dealer. A hustler means
I didn't say that.
She didn't say drug dealer.
She did not say that.
She didn't say drug dealer.
You need to
Calm down.
A street pharmacist. People know what street pharmacists are.
But I wasn't talking about your husband. I was saying, I was giving a scenario of what you said about how you flipped it and said that she could be a dancer instructor, can fall under different umbrellas. That's what I'm saying. So I was giving you like a flip side of that.
Performing arts. Or she meant performance arts. It's called performing arts.
She taught that too. She just happened to be teaching the girls at the club also. So
it don't work for me. It don't work. That don't. Hey, Special K, I agree with you wholeheartedly. What you just said, it's the deception of it. You know what I'm saying? You meeting somebody, right, and you're expecting them to be truthful, and you're hoping that they're gonna come to you from a place of honesty about what they do. If I say I'm a hustler, then for a black man, 9 times out of 10 is gonna be perceived as a street hustler. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was a hustler. Made
clarity on that.
I was a club promoter. I promoted artists. You know, I also used to engage in other things at a certain point in my life. But it ain't like I was gonna tell a woman that, like, yeah, I do this. No, that definitely wasn't their business. I wasn't gonna open up and reveal my everything to them. Oh yeah, you drive trucks? Yeah, I drive trucks, but I ain't gonna tell you that I own 4. I ain't gonna say that. I drive trucks. Now,
but that's still in the realm. But you're still in the realm of, right, that's not far fetched off of what the scenario was talking about.
Right.
Down the line, she'll get, like you said, when you feel comfortable enough, then she'll know that, okay, yeah, I told you I drive trucks. I actually own my truck. That's a whole different.
Right. It's just about the timing of releasing information where you feel comfortable. Like you mentioned on a show before, like being comfortable. When you get comfortable with a person, then you kind of say, okay, I don't feel like this person is out of my pocket, that they love my personality, they love my demeanor. It's about me. It's not about, what I can do for them per se. So hey, I think you, hey Kay, you got $2 on that one tonight. Nicole, talk to me. Let's smoke up some ish.
Hi.
Hey there,
So
how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I am amazing. God is amazing, and you are too. Thank you for joining us. Talk to me.
So where I'm at in my life. I always look through more of a spiritual lens, a holistic view when I meet people, because I'm at that part in my life where I have to accept people for who they are. And when you get a certain age, you're not going to change people. You can only change yourself. And when you learn how to change yourself, everything around you will change because your perception of things will change. We spend so much time trying to fight others to get them to change that we're wasting a lot of precious time. And we
I
wake
like
up
that.
and
I like that.
we're 60 and we're 70 and we don't have the necessary tools to get to the next stage in our life with a partner. And it gets to a certain age, and I know this because my parents are 81 years old, and I swear to you, they're at the doctors like every other day. But you know what? They're there together. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They made it through they've made it through the fire. You understand? And it's not about this or that or that or this. They're there together because they got health issues. And see, these are things we don't discuss. This other stuff, people get health issues. And at that point, I don't care if she got a cat suit on. Is she my emergency contact? Is she on my when I go to the hospital, my advanced directive to make healthcare decisions for me if I'm getting ready to have a surgery? Is that person going to be the one that's going to?
I like that train of thought.
You
Ooh, I
understand?
like that
And
train of
that's how
thought.
I got to look at things. I'm 52 years old, and
I
I'm not going
believe.
to change this guy. You're not going to change him because you have to look at how life is, and life is broken down just like a football game or any other game. You got 4 quarters. And when you get to be 40 years old, you're in halftime. And halftime, when they go back there in halftime, they got to figure out if they're winning, what to continue to do. If they're losing, what they need to do to get on top. And that's when you hit your 40s. You got to, in your 40s, decide, is this the path that I'm going to go down? Or I'm going to make a new path for my life because I don't like it.
Love your perspective. And
So
it's so amazing to have your parents at 81. How long have your parents been married,
50,
Nicole?
57 years.
Ooh, that's true love. Well, if a woman can put up with me for 57 years, she is amazing. You know what I'm saying?
But honestly, people aren't built like that anymore. That's an older
Not.
model.
They
You
not.
see what I'm saying?
They
Back
not.
then, they didn't have time to be worrying about cat suits. They had real life situations.
Ooh, I love
So
it.
I
I
just
love
always want people to always flip the other side of the coin when you go to meet people, because it's not about them. It's your journey. It is your journey. And if I continue to attract certain people, I got to look at, why do I continue to keep attracting that person? Because that's a lesson that you need to learn. And when you learn it, you will move on. If you keep attracting a hoe, then there's something within you that keeps attracting the hoe, because maybe something in you doesn't want to step up and change with the woman that might not be dressed provocatively, but might have something to offer a little bit more, because you got to now step up and mature yourself.
All right, Nicole, you preaching tonight.
Nicole,
Dr.
let me tell
Fabulous say you getting $10, girl.
listen.
And
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna give a 20. I'm gonna give you a dub. I'm gonna give
You
you a
got to
dub.
understand
I
that
love that. I
you
love
have to
that
keep it
perspective.
100. You have to keep it that way. And that's how I have to get through life, so that I don't try to blame men for all of my woes, or I can't do that. Because honestly, there's a lot of men that like low hanging fruit. You got to be real with that.
all right, so they can touch it, feel it, pluck it from the
It's
tree.
easier to get oranges on the ground to get the one in the tree, because the one in the tree, you got to make an effort to get.
That's
You
right.
understand?
I
And I'm
don't,
not
and
just talking about.
that's why I took my perspective about not wanting. I don't want that low hanging fruit. You know what I'm saying?
low hanging fruit, and it's
Yeah,
no
I'm a giraffe. I'm going up top to get mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that.
Top has different requirements. Up top
That's
has
right.
different standards.
That's right.
Up top is going to expect something different from you.
Well, I'm about to turn my church music on. You know,
Okay.
where you tuning in from, Nicole?
Arizona.
All the way out west.
All the way out west.
I am so
Okay.
glad that you tuned in tonight. Arizona has a real jewel out there, and you keep that perspective. If you're not married, I'm sure you'll be a great wife to somebody, because you got the right mindset. That's the kind of mindset a real man look for. Like all that other crazy foolishness, walking around naked, all that don't mean nothing, because look, beauty fades, right? At some, like you say, you're older, you're still a beautiful woman. But I'm saying, like, for women or men, like I'm not 20 years old anymore, right? My beard is gray, my beard changing colors. Like, I gotta be able to offer something more than what I offered when I was 20 years old.
You have to be able to offer something a little bit more. It's about the substance. It's about the fact that, you know what, if we're together, we're older, we've lived a life. How are we going to live the second half of our life? Are we going to live the second half of our life still fighting about things that we were fighting about when we were 25 years old? Are we going to live the second half of our life where we are enjoying each other's company? And if the crap hits the fan because there's always a health issue, I'm not making these things up.
Facts.
Is that person going to be there for you when suddenly you get sick or suddenly I get sick? It's not going to matter what they look like. It's going to be the matter of, is that person going to be there for you?
Facts.
Or can we just enjoy our time together? I understand you have quirks. I have quirks, but are those quirks annoying? And people don't talk about that stuff. And then they hide their substance abuse issues too. You got to talk about those things, because people hide their substance abuse issues.
You show preaching.
Okay, until they're up in your house smoking 10 blunts, knowing that you ain't smoking no weed.
Oh, you better talk about that.
Okay.
Listen,
preaching, Nicole.
She preaching ain't she action. That's why I'm letting her go.
Listen. Listen, I was called by DFG. DFG, he's my cousin. He called me I was watching Mission Impossible. I said, let me get on this call and see what, because you know what? If I'm called for a certain reason, I'm called because we have to begin to change the perspectives and get into how are we going to be getting into the later stages of our life and prepare for those things. And we can live the best life. But if we're living it where we're constantly fighting, we're not living a good life. We're just continually fighting over things that do not matter. If I'm a vegetarian, then I'm a vegetarian. If you like to eat meat, that's all superficial stuff. Okay, that's superficial. If you like football, great. I don't need to sit up in there in the game with you. Okay.
Amen.
If you're an introvert, that's your business. You know what? I have my own friends. Okay. And I'm only speaking from the fact that my dad, he loves to sit in front of the TV and watch whatever Judge Judy. I don't know. Okay. But you know what? He's lived enough life and he's paid his dues that he can sit there. And if he wants to snooze, he can. And my mom has her own friends. Instead of him, she don't get mad. You can't get mad at people if they don't share this everything with you. It's the core values that matter. And if they're hiding stuff, that's going to come out. It's going to come out. That pornography and all that porno, they're watching all that pornography and stuff. That stuff comes out.
Will you preach?
That's the stuff you need to be talking about. How many hours are you sitting on that, whatever that sex website is? I don't know what it is because I don't get on that thing.
You know, Nicole, hey, we thank you so much for that perspective that you brought in and showing that, you know, it's still real, authentic women out there other than low-hanging fruit. And I love that analogy about that low-hanging fruit. That I'm gonna come back to you because you got a lot to say. And I want to talk to you again before the show is over.
You could see how long I can hang.
If you gotta go, when you have to go, I want you to let me know before you have to go because I want to hear from you again. Okay. Ball game. We had Leanne with her hand up, but it went down.
Leanne was just testing. I'm listening tonight. I'm good. Go ahead.
How you doing, Leanne? You quiet tonight? You being quiet. You got a fever? You sick? You all right?
No, I'm not sick. It's just
You need some Tylenol tonight.
I'm not that low hanging fruit either. So I got
We don't get that, Leanne, because you know you'll jump out there. You'll jump out there. So we know that it's a lot of high sitting fruit.
I'm real like difficult sometimes when it comes to that.
I believe
all of that. So I'm just gonna sit and listen. Okay.
I'm gonna
Thank
call
you.
on you out the wide, Leanne. So it was Doctor. It was the fabulous one with her hand raised.
I wanted to say to Nicole, you're absolutely correct. And I'm saying this to all the ladies here tonight, whether you take this advice or not. When you meet someone and and I guess they're being judgmental. I should not say that. But I'm always the person that I look for a person's qualities other than just face value. Because I had girlfriends, and I know they listen, they probably say, oh, now she shouldn't have put us out like that. They always had this thing about, I want an attorney. I want this. I want that. And when I met my husband, he had a high school diploma, and I had my doctorate. And they was like, girl, we can't believe you settling for that. But that same man that had a high school diploma before he left this world, he was his own owner of his construction firm. God just set him up. And that's why when we meet people, you don't know where they're going to transform and go into, because a lot of women, a lot of my friends, and I'll still say a lot of my friends, they are single because they have that mindset that we got to wait on a white collar man, or we got to make sure that he a doctor and this and that and the other. And you can just have a person out there just beginning. But who knows, if you're building your life together, you don't know what you're going to end up with. And that's how come I tell people all the time, don't judge a book by its cover. You better start opening that book and reading it. That's all I got to say. I'm going to put my hand down, and I want to do a special shout out to Papa Docs for always supporting Upscale Love for You.
Well, Papa Doc.
There you go.
Papa Doc on A. Come on here and talk to me, Papa Doc.
Papa Doc at a basketball game.
Yeah.
No, I'm here.
You here
I'm
now?
here. I was trying to get my buttons together, trying to get my voice over there. Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? I missed the topic of the discussion, but I came in and heard some very valuable, decision making.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that low hanging fruit. When you tall as I am, I hate to bend down for it too. I like to jump up and get mine. You know what I mean? So, because after what I'm hearing, Dr. Family say, you can't judge a book by its cover. Hey, I've been driving a truck for 30-something plus years, but I'm college educated. I've been there. You wouldn't know that, but
right.
If you just looked at me, you wouldn't know that.
Right.
But damn, this brother got, some smart education about himself. But you gotta open it up and read it from the inside.
That's right, honey. And it might be a bestseller when you read it. Woo, you
might be a bestseller. And then who knows, I still got to go back to, the low hanging fruit now. Sometimes you can drop the right seed and grow a tall tree with some low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? So it all depends on the mindset of the person. She might have been low hanging fruit, but she needed somebody to help, build her up, pull her up. Y'all pull each other up, and y'all make it work from there. So
that's right, Papa Doc. Prune that tree, baby.
And
that tree and make it grow.
You already know.
I mean, it's amazing how sometimes you get with somebody and then go, Wow, I didn't know that. I'm glad you told me that. I'm glad you taught me that. Now I know something, because we have to help each other grow. They might
Because
need that. Go ahead.
no, I was getting ready to say, because some people thought truck drivers couldn't formulate a sentence. Oh, I ain't going, but when their mouth open,
I'm here to tell you.
we ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna keep it moving.
That's it's for a lot of drivers. It's just choice and freedom of work. It's not because the mind or the intelligence level. Take me to the White House or the Dope House. I can talk to either crew.
There you go.
I've met
There you go.
G.W. Bush and sat with George W. Bush and received a very high compliment from the president before he left office. Ate with him. My ex, her father worked at the White House. We went to the White House before the Obamas came in. So I sat at the White House. I mean, I'm from Macon, Georgia. And who would have thought I would sit down and have a conversation with the president, of the United States? So it'd be a choice. I mean, like you can't judge a book by its cover, because I saw a book that had a cupcake on it, and I just knew it had something to do with bacon. I looked at that book for years, like, and never opened it. But when I finally decided to open the book, it was about a lady that was broken, and she was using analogy of the cupcake, how life had become sweet. So you can look at something, and what you see is from your perspective. And when I look at it, it's going to be I may see something else. We can look at the same thing and see two different things. Dr. Phil, that's my boy. I got to get my taste of Dr. Phil. Like she was saying, her dad likes some judge shows. I got to have my Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil says one's perspective is one's reality. And that was just some real stuff to me. Like I grabbed that and held on tight to it. One's perspective is one's reality. So I can't get upset with you for viewing something the way that you view it. It basically taught me to agree to disagree, because the younger version of me, I would get pissed off if you disagree with how I felt. And some may say I get pissed off now, but only so, I mean, if you're talking crazy, I ain't gonna hear it. I ain't gonna be open to hear it. But it taught me to listen to the other person's perspective, because you can learn something from a fool. You know what I'm saying? So I just choose to try to be a person that's more understanding, right? So when I initially meet a person, I don't mind sharing certain things, but some things I'm not going to engage in initially. I know people want to know who you are. I mean, they tell me, it's so many layers to you. Well, yeah, you're gonna have to stick around to get to them layers. I'm like a croissant, baby. I'm buttery, golden brown. You're gonna have to get to them layers to get to that soft middle part, or that croissant. So, doctor, you said when you speak often about your husband, and that people didn't want you together, but the old saying goes, opposites attract. Opposites attract. You may have, you say you had a doctorate degree. He had a degree from the street. Like he was a hustler, go getter.
Exactly. Listen, we were like, how you say, what peanut butter and jelly, and people couldn't figure that out. He had the street smarts, I had the book smart, and we did our empire thing building together. And I tell that to all my little girlfriends, honey, he got to be a doctor. He got to be a lawyer. Well, I'm so glad I got that high school graduate, because baby, Dr. Fabulous is fabulous because of him. And I'm going to continue to be fabulous in his legacy. You better ask somebody. Okay, now, there you go.
Look at here. I wish I could have. I wish I could have met him because you speak.
Got to show you
of
some
it
videos. I got some of them.
often. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. But
check with Social Diva. Listen, Social Media Diva have some stuff that will make you fall out on the floor. Lady T knowing, she can vouch.
I can tell, it's when a person is gone
Wow.
and they're spoken of in such high regards, right? What if you had taken that approach in the way you met your husband? What if you had taken that approach about you're gonna be? I'm standing on business. I ain't gonna tell you what I do. I ain't gonna open up to you.
Because he never asked me. He never, and see, that's what got me, because he never asked me, what do you do? Because listen, if we had time, I know this is being recorded and everything, but the funniest thing, social media will have to tell you about this after the taping, about something that took place on a cruise ship with her dad and myself. It was so funny. She'll tell you later. But you know what? We got to get on down this line because y'all get me all,
Don't do it. Don't do it, Doc. It's a beautiful day.
I'm good. I'm good. It's all good. I'm at home. I'm in the 305. There you go.
So look at here. So I am going to who on it? How many people we got on here tonight, Doctor?
Oh my
Lady T, how many people on here tonight, Lady T?
I don't even know, but it's 2 screens because I got to keep going back and forth. But you know what? I want you to talk.
33.
Okay. I want you to call on Sabrina. Sabrina, can you hear me? Sabrina? Dog, she might can't hear me.
I can hear you.
You can hear me, Sabrina. You have such a lovely picture. What
Thank
city
you.
are you calling from?
I'm in Macon.
Oh, I should have known that was a Georgia peach.
Mac time.
I should have known. Okay, all right. Well, okay. We're going to take it on to Miss Sabrina. Sabrina, how long does it take for you to open up to a person that you're getting to know as your mate?
It takes a little while. I don't jump. I try to read somebody's energy first, like get to know them to see what type of person they are. So I'm pretty open, but it just certain stuff I don't talk about until I can tell what type of person you are. I've been in a relationship before where stuff was mentioned or was thrown back up that I've been open about. So now I'm a little hesitant to open up as much. I can't. Is she saying something? I can't hear her.
No.
Oh, okay.
You mentioned something really
that was really great what she said. She said she shared this with the individuals and then they threw it back up in her face. See, that's where, like you say, now you're a little hesitant on how you open up to people. Because sometimes you can't share everything with them because, like you said, they'll throw it back up in your face.
Right.
And I think speaking from a man's perspective, I've had that happen before. You share with a person, and then when they throw it up in your face, you really feel violated, right?
Right.
To open up, because men, we don't like to be vulnerable for that very reason, that if I open this part of my life up to this woman, and then as soon as you get mad, it's not about my feelings or it's not about the love that we're supposed to have. It's about I want to hurt you because I'm mad, right? And people do that, and that is you really said something powerful with that statement that people throw it back. So that's why that's why I say about those layers, right? I can't just share my deepest, most intimate parts of me, because as soon as somebody get mad, they say it, and it might revert me back to how I was. I don't want to curse people. I don't want to go off. I don't want to snap. I don't want to argue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be peaceful. At this point in my life, Like the young lady was saying earlier, 40 years old, like, hey, you over halfway through what's promised to you at 40 years old. So, so if you had to put a time frame on it, how long would you say it would be before you
Really opened up.
yeah.
I'd say within the first 6 months to a year, I will open up a little bit more, but a part of you still be a little hesitant once you're being hurt. You know what I mean? So I guess it just depends on progressing a relationship, what y'all working on, whether y'all just gonna be friends, whether y'all working on a relationship. All that plays a part in it. Cause I could be meet somebody that's just my best friend. That's just my friend. We ain't gonna never cross no line. Or it could be somebody that I actually want to be in a relationship with. So it just depends on the role that person is playing. So I really can't say.
I love it. I love it. Sabrina, you get your $2 on that right there. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for speaking. I really do. Doc, you called on a good one. Home, Mac Time, home, Little Richard, Otis Reddy, and Little Bo Pete. We appreciate you so much.
Little Bo Pete, I got to put you in your place right now.
What I do?
You give everybody some money. And you don't never give me none. So I guess you putting it in my money market account. That's what you're doing. You going directly to my money market. Keep it flowing, brother. Keep
2 shows ago, I did.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's
you
okay.
ain't talking about.
Let's
you ain't
keep
said
it going to the money market account. That's
you
all.
Ain't said you ain't said nothing tonight. Talking about you don't tell folks stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
Dream, what's up, Andreen? How you feeling tonight?
Look at she just popped right on in.
Yeah, look how she popped up.
I'm good.
Andreen, how long do you think it should be before you open up and share your world with your significant other or someone that you can view yourself or see yourself being with?
No, this one is a hard one because I tend to think of myself as like I'm an open book. And now that I'm over like getting ready to be 50 soon, I often think to myself that like I remember when I turned 40, I was like, I don't have any more secrets. So I don't know if I have a timeline on it. And I don't know if I don't think there is a question that you can't ask me. So I feel like ask your question because for whatever reason you need that answer for your own comfort. And there's questions I'm going to ask that I might just want the answer for my own comfort, or even just to inquire or be nosy. Then that's the side of your personality I'll get to see. So I think this one is hard for me. And it's almost like back to Nicole saying, life is so much bigger than you worrying about like when to let someone in. I feel like you live and you see how it works out. And I'm like that new Usher song. I want to be good.
Good. Hey,
that's how I want my relationships to be. Even if it doesn't work out, I want to be good. So I just feel like at the end of the day, once you reach a certain age and you know what you want, hopefully you're attracting what you set out into the atmosphere. And then at the end of the day, I don't put a time limit on it because I don't really feel like I don't have anything to hide. So that's the hard part. That's why I don't know. I am very much so open. So I am one of those people who, I don't know, thank goodness the universe works in my favor to where I often meet decent people, but I don't worry about like questions people ask or when to let them in. I'm going to vibe with you. So if I'm feeling comfortable and if you're asking me a question, I'm definitely going to release the answer. And if for some reason I'm not comfortable to answer, that might say something about where the relationship is going just with that.
So, I like that. I love it. I love it. Being open, right? It shows that you're fearless. Because in order to open up, you gotta release fear, right? To be vulnerable. Like to love a person, you gotta be willing to be vulnerable. You gotta be willing to fail. You gotta be willing to shit, possibly be made a fool of, right? Because you can love the wrong person. And you know, Lady K, Special K, kind of said the same thing, something similar about being comfortable with the person and sharing. So yeah, you get your $2. You get your $2 and we thank you for letting me call on you and you answer. You know, I love it. Here, I'm gonna pick. Let me see here. Patrice.
Leanne has her hand up.
Leanne hand up. I don't see it.
Leanne hand is up.
Leanne, you back. I ain't even have to call. Listen, you were next in my. I was looking for your picture. That's probably why.
So I'm just gonna put this out there.
Put it out there.
Because everybody's saying their age.
Smoke it up.
I'm 62 years old.
All right, Leanne.
And I'm like Andreen. Let me tell you something. My heart is open. If it gets broken, guess what? It will mend. A broken heart has never really killed anybody. Okay. And I have never put on a representative, because those on this podcast that know me, I'm up and out. It's gonna come up and come out just the way it is.
Yes, God.
So all of that phoniness and trying to represent, or put on airs just to see what you can get. That's work. That's too much work. Life is too short. Life is too short to start something and then go back and try to change it.
That's right.
You know what, Leanne? You definitely you have a real spirit, right? The first night I was on the show, and I had some guests on, and my guests say, we like Leanne, she real.
But I don't know no other way to be.
That was their first time being on there. And that's what they said. So for your realness, Leanne, you get $2 like Zanette.
That's all I get.
$2.
I'm like Dr. Fab. Dr. Fab, mine must be going in the money market too.
Yes, baby, it's going in our accounts.
But Andreen and
making it is off the interest.
I'm gonna make sure it's right.
And the other young lady, they hit the nail on the head. I mean, especially life being short. Well, I just got a question for any female on this podcast. Do you actually set out to not be yourself when you meet someone? That's a lot of work.
No.
And then if you get to liking this person, they're going to see you for your fakeness.
Ooh.
They're going to see you for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Why put on airs?
Oh my goodness.
My girl Renee said, that's the representative.
They're going to see you for your fakeness.
You're going to see me for who I am.
Listen, I always say, Leanne, either you love me or you hate me, but guess one thing. Guess what it is, Leanne?
What is
they
it?
ain't never going to forget me. Woo, you better ask me.
The fabulous one has spoken.
Yes,
hey,
God. They ain't never gonna forget.
You get another $2 for that right there, Leanne. So you got a total of $4. Now Dr. Fab really finna be hating because I ain't gave her no $2 tonight.
That's okay. That's okay. I know it's direct deposit. It's direct deposit.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I was about to call on Cam. Cam, unmute yourself. Talk to me. Let's smoke us some ish. Where you calling from, Cam?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
A-time, stay down. Mm-hmm. So, Cam, how long do you feel you should know a person before you open up your world to them?
When you say your world, I don't know, I'm pretty transparent. So any question you ask me, I'm going to answer. But I don't know. I kind of open up right away, but I never meet a stranger. So I kind of treat everybody the same. And I'm just looking to have fun initially and see where things go. So it's not complicated for me.
So it ain't serious. It ain't serious to you.
Well, it's never serious when you first meeting someone.
No. I'm saying, how some people, they take things so seriously. For you, you say you're just looking to have fun. So it's like you're not going in with that serious mindset. You're like, hey, I'm looking at right now, like this is what it is.
Yes, I'm just having fun, and not fun in that way, but you
Right,
know,
right.
you just,
No.
you having fun. You meet people, just like if you meet, if you're straight, if you meet a female, if you're a woman, like just the same way I would handle a woman, I would handle the man. Hey, how you doing? You
Right,
know, how
right.
was your day? And then kind of go from there. And honestly, I look for a man to lead, so I'll see where he leading me in that conversation, and I kind of go from there.
Hey, I
And
like
it's
that.
pretty easy to weed them out after that. So
Simplicity wins. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's a great way, like not to take it serious. I think sometimes people meet a person and they automatically get so serious. I got a partner. Every woman he meet, he say he gonna marry. Oh, I met my wife. He go to Target at 1:00. I met my wife. He go to Walmart at 3:00. Why I met my wife. Why you don't know them folks? Like he wants to be married. He wants a wife, so he wants to be married so badly that every woman he meets, he takes it seriously because he feels like she's the one. So I like that mindset, Cam. I thank you for being on this show tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you with the upscale love for you crew. So we appreciate you. So hey,
Give her her money. Give her her money.
I was about to
how much money do I get? Because I got a request
these
for an
last
amount.
$2. Johnny Taylor, my favorite. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you these last $2 for you speaking and being so insightful in your speech. So you got your $2. You got your $2.
They about to put you on flat on them $2.
My nigga here ain't they Papa Doc. They tripping over it. I need $2. Well, hey y'all, that's
flat. Damn. Give a brother a break. Get the off of.
Hey, thank you, Papa Doc. Won't nobody else speak
but
up?
You know what, Lil Bo P, I like Papa Doc because he don't start off with 2. He come with 10. I like that.
Yeah. You know, that's just my style. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
yeah.
I want to break 10 so I don't have to, let you dig in to get your 2 out. You know what I'm saying? I got my 2 and I got your 2 too. You understand what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's how I roll.
See, that's that season.
That's how I roll.
That be Lil Bo Peep. These last $2. That's what
last $2.
The boat got the ATM. Go to ATM.
Hey, Bo Peep. Look, if I don't come with that 10 and I only got 3, I ain't coming. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. You understand what I'm saying? I can't do it. But look, I want to take the floor just a second and go back.
Yes, sir. Come on, talk to me.
Look, I have this thing that I say. I want you to be yourself so that I can be myself. If you wild, I can roll with you. If you cool, I can roll with you. If you quiet, I'm gonna make you laugh, or I'm gonna find a way to make you laugh. But you know what I'm saying? Come as you are, be who you are, because it's really hard to be somebody that you're not when you can just be yourself.
And that's where the work comes in, Papa Doc. That's what I'm saying. These people who come in that's not true to themselves and being real, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
I love that, Papa Doc. You saying you like the church house? Come as you are.
Come as you are.
Come as you are.
You know
what
I'm saying?
Just come. Long as you come real.
Yeah. If you got that short dress on when we going out, I'm gonna be all right. We're gonna work on that. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna get a sweater and wrap your legs with it. Don't sit on the front row.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Hey, close some legs while you up there, girl. You with me.
You gotta teach them a little something.
Yeah.
That's the I love it. I love this show because you get different perspectives from all seasons, right? And so you just put me on something like because I'm always me. I don't switch up. I'm the same way in the morning when I wake up. Hey there, and I'm the same way when I get ready to go to bed. Good night. That's just me. And my cousin on here, he could tell you like he been this way his whole life. And you just put the way you just said it, like, hey, come as you are. And sometimes people are not like that. So that's why people fake. We had the catfishing show a while ago, and we was talking about maybe reasons why people possibly catfish, or not being confident in who they are. And when a person meets somebody like yourself that say, hey, come as you are, there's no need to catfish. Is no need, because they don't have to worry about judgment. They don't have to worry about being ridiculed for things that they may need to correct. They may not know it's inappropriate to wear that short skirt and sit on the front pew, because they may have never had anyone to tell them. So it's up to people to be who they are, to teach the people that don't know that, hey, I thank you all for talking to Lil Bo Peep tonight and smoking up some ish. That's my time. I gotta let my co-host them grab the show. But hey, thank y'all so much for your different perspectives. Follow my smoke, man. Follow my praise. God is amazing, and so are you, Doctor.
All right, all right. So it's that time. We gonna shimmy right on down to Lady T. Lady T, are you available? Because if not, Special K
Yes,
is.
I am Dr. Fab. I'm in full effect.
Well, go on, Lady T. Give us what you got.
So my perspective of this topic is I think you should always be true to yourself. As far as I feel, and I think I said this a couple of sessions ago, that I think we as women, when we go out on dates, we talk too much. I think we should listen more and try to pick at our partner, because if you talk too much, then they're already putting together their game plan, and sooner than later they will hit that field goal. So I feel like if you don't want to set yourself up for failure, I think women should just chill, ask the right questions, um, and listen to what the man or the partner has to say. And as far as like opening up, I don't think you should really open up until at least 9 months to a year. I think you need to take those other months and figure out who this person is, because they will lie and they will have game. So those are my thoughts. What about you, Nasty
Lady
J?
T, wait a minute, Lady T. I got a question here. Why are you so much worried about them lying and having games when? Okay, so you're not opening up, but you're still being yourself, right?
I'm still being myself. I'm still asking my 21 questions on the first date, but I'm listening more to them. I'm not telling what I like, what I don't like, where I'm going.
But he's
I'm not
but he's asking you that.
He can ask me, and I can give not
A
all the
vague answer. A
information.
vague answer.
Yes.
Okay, but is that really what you want to do? Because what would be the cause? Because you're afraid, or I'm just curious.
It would be a lot of reasons. Because I need to know where your head is, women. I feel like we as women, sometimes we can see something that we like, and then we lose focus, and then we end up getting something that the flags were there. But if we would have listened more and looked or dig a little deeper, then we would have seen those things. So
Okay,
as
but you
far
saw the
as
flags. You saw the flags, even though you didn't open up. You saw the flags.
oh, if I saw that flag, I'm
Mhm.
gone.
Okay,
I'm
because
totally gone.
people have patterns and symptoms and signs and wishes and ways and cycles and circles. They do the same thing over and over again. Same
Yes,
thing over
but
and over again.
eventually, when it's a lie, they slip up.
You looking for the lie? Are you just
I'm
hoping
not
that they're
looking
telling
for
the
the
truth?
lie, but when you talk to me in our casual conversations, I'm going to take notes.
Of course.
And then I'm going to revisit that same conversation at a later date and see what other notes I can get from it.
Of course, it's in the file. It's in the file. I
It's
agree
in
with
the
you.
file, right?
I agree. I agree with the file, 1,000,000%. But you weren't open enough for them to become open.
I weren't open enough.
Men and women in a relationship have the same reservations. There are some men, and I'm not saying all, there are some men that are afraid to open up the same reasons why females are afraid to open up. I mean, there's just as many male players out there as there female players. You know that song, "Them Girls Is Players Too"? I'm about to catch a flight.
Drop
Them
that,
girls,
drop that
them,
signs, Leanne.
what? What'd you say?
Drop that signs. You dropping that signs when you said that.
I'm about to catch a flight. Apple bottom make you want to bite. Them girls is players too.
Yes, they are. Yes,
and the
they
men
are
too. So, and I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
Okay,
Opening
so
up.
this is what I'm saying. Okay, so I said early on the show, 4 color girls. You know, when the guy was in the truck. So it's so much out here now. It's not that straight man that, you know, back in the day, the 50s, 60s, you had a man, a protector. You had that swag. Now you got men who may be a man during the day, but then a woman at night. You know,
Oh, so you got to
may
figure.
have
Okay, you're right. Go ahead. You're right. No,
you
you're
may
right
have
there.
that beautiful, like, men these days. I feel sorry for them because you got so many men that look better than women, you know. So, and they know how to camouflage until, like I said, on that date, you ease up off that table and you touch something to make sure that's what you got.
But you didn't wait a year you didn't wait a year
No,
for that.
I'm not gonna wait a year.
And what did I
first.
tell you? And what did I tell you to do?
It's gonna happen on the first date with me.
No, what did I tell you to do? I told you to grab it.
Grab it.
I told you you ain't got no time to play games. I told you. I said grab it.
They could put a cucumber there.
It is.
Well, then I'm gonna squeeze it until all the seeds fall out.
Ouch.
That hurt.
Come on,
That hurt.
ouch, girl.
I want
That
it to
sounds
hurt.
painful. Hey, that sounds painful.
I want it
What
to
you-
hurt so you won't try to fake nobody
Hey.
else out. After me,
Hey.
you gonna know my name.
What you doing down there, girl? Come on now.
But
I'm
no,
trying to see if
seriously,
you a
all
real.
jokes aside, you have and this is no disrespect to the transgender community, but you have all of these type of personalities out here, and you have some men, transgender or gay men, that prey on straight men, and same as women. You have transgender women and gay women that prey on straight women to pop their cherry or whatever they call it. So that's why me, you know, being married, ain't nothing in them streets for me. I got what I got and it's home. That's for me. I can't speak on no one. And I can't even speak on my husband, because when you go out there in the street, what you do is what you do. But in the dating process, I think we used to could trust the guy or the woman, but now I think we have to go in with our red light and really dissect that person. If you see that person and feel like this is the one for you, I just think you got to dissect it a little bit more to make sure, but then don't have the blinders on. You know, take them off, dig a little deeper, research, do what you got to do to make sure this is the one, because everyone does have game, but now which game are you playing?
I think you got hands and hands and hands.
I got
Hey,
a bunch of hands. Well, bring it on. Bring it on.
Casey's
Casey was
iPhone.
first, then Action Jackson.
Casey.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Casey. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes, ma'am. So, first of all, it's a lot that was said in between the time I had my hand up. So, I agree a lot with what Leanne said. First of all, I think you got to think whenever you're dating someone, what is the purpose of, are you dating for a long-term relationship? Are you just dating to have fun? I think that makes a big difference in opening up and the information that you're going to give. But then you also got to think about, like a lot of you said, feeding off of one another's energy. So you get what you give. So what kind of information are you trying to get out of who you're dating if you're not giving anything? 9 months is a long time to invest into somebody when you being on reserve and you're not getting a whole lot out of them. And then 9 months later, they're not what you're looking for. You've invested all of this time, and for what? So I think you should really take a look. You should think about, whenever you're dating somebody, what do you want out of this person? Are you just wanting to have fun? Are you wanting a long-term relationship? And then based off of that, you decide, what am I willing to give? What am I willing to compromise about myself? And then when you think about, it's hard to put on a facade. When you start out with that facade, can you keep up with it? So
well,
it's
Casey,
best.
first, not to cut you off. First, when I go on that first date, I will know, if it's a second right off the bat. Now, if it's a second, third, fourth, and fifth, now we can dig a little, take off a layer here, take off a layer there. But on that first date, if I'm not feeling you, or something ain't right about you, I'm done. It's over.
So if you're on reserve, you don't think that person is going to be on reserve as well? You don't think the same way you're feeding off of their energy, they're feeding off of yours?
You have to always look into a person's eyes. That's going to tell you the truth. You got to watch their body language.
You chew by the eyes. You chew on the eyes, because if they swear away, they lying.
That's right. You will tell everything you need to know, looking directly into their eyes, watching their, body language, and watching how they speak. Something is going to slip. Think back to the first date. Something is going to slip.
Well, my first date in my relationship was a little bit different, because we was all the way over in Germany, and that was a different story. So
yeah,
it was just us. So
but you said you're not on your turf. You're not on your turf.
It was a whole
Let me tell
lot
you. When I went through my divorce, I was dating, and I tried so hard, those little apps like eHarmony and Christian Singles or something like that. Them are the worst. I went on like one date from each one of those, and the one from eHarmony. Oh, when he walked up waiting for me in some basketball shorts and a shirt, I was like, hell no. I just zoomed left. I don't have time for that. But when I did date guys, I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But each one of them had a different personality and brought something different to the table. And as I went out on dates with them, I saw things that I didn't like, and I slowly weeded them out. So, I mean.
So Casey, where did y'all meet? What setting were you all in with these basketball shorts?
That wasn't Casey. That was special.
That was Lady T. That was Lady T.
Who said
Lady T, where you met him for lunch? You met him for lunch, or you met him for dinner?
No, dinner.
Dinner and basketball shorts.
Oh no, ma'am. I'm with you on that one, Lady T. I probably would have turned around and go.
Did you? Okay, wait a minute. Did he? Okay, so did he know it was you? And there was no way you could walk away, and I don't understand. I'm trying to understand. You went to dinner at a restaurant and met him, right? Hello?
Yes. We both said, okay, I'm gonna have on so and so and so. I'm gonna be driving so and so and so. Okay.
And what did he tell you he was gonna be wearing?
He was gonna be semi-casual, and he was gonna meet me there at like 8:00. We agreed.
But he didn't tell you what he was wearing. Okay.
Was he
semi-formal? Wait a minute.
You had the wrong person, Lady T.
Wait a minute. He said semi-formal, and He was driving a white, I think it was like a white Lexus. I'm trying to think back because I've been married like 8 years now. And he just said, okay, he was gonna have on black shirt and some black pants, right? Okay, semi-formal. I got the visual. When
But
I
he
walked,
lied. He popped up in basketball
he
shorts.
lied.
Were
Talking
they
You
at
were
least?
about.
supposed to
Were they at
say.
least
You
Let
were
me
supposed
tell
to
Jordan?
you the
say.
lie. Let me
Were they?
tell
You
you
were
Hey,
the
supposed.
lie. Let me tell you, the time got away from me, but I didn't want to cancel our date. Well, how the hell you gonna go to a steakhouse in
God.
basketball shorts?
I'm surprised they let him in.
We didn't go in. I looked at him. I was like, no, I don't do
Oh,
this
I was
type
about to
of.
say.
I don't do that. I said, when you're serious and you're ready to go out and you keep your word, then you call me. Until then, lose my number. I got in my truck and I left. That's why I
You did
always
the right
drive to the
thing.
place. That's why I drive to the place
Say it,
and I
Renee.
park my car. That's right. I can leave when I want to leave. Who does that? Not
That's
a
the
real
safe way.
man.
That's the safe way to drive your
Yeah.
own car. It
You,
is safe.
Yeah.
you got Lady T, you got actions.
Come on, action.
So my question to you, Lady T, why would you give a vague answer if you're trying to get to know somebody?
Because the same way men hustle women, women hustle men.
But you want the man to open up to you and be truthful, right? If
No,
you don't feel
I'm not going to tell you my life story on the first date. I want to feel you out. I have my little questions, as we always say, my 21 questions. And I try to let you talk and I listen. And then on that first date, I'm going to know whether or not this is going to be a second date.
I leave your ass in. I think I'm finna do all the talk. I would been got up and left. Check, please.
It's a casual conversation. I can talk to you. You won't even know what the questions I'm asking.
Man,
so
please.
what if you guys have a great chemistry at a first date and you feel like open up? Because sometimes chemistry does play a role.
I think for the first date, it's always lust. You see something you like, and the body is conversation come towards the end if they can hold it. You have to stimulate my mind first.
So you feel like
But what if he's like
you
Usher
can be reserved.
and your
You can be
your
reserved.
mind just stimulated just like by looking at
That's where the mistake at. Because I
Leanne,
make one.
she's
I
sitting
what
there.
knock you
I'm
off
just
and
saying.
then go on by my business.
Wait a
She's
minute.
sitting there thinking he fine as hell. She don't care nothing about what he's saying. All she doing is
He don't
lust,
care if
lust in
he
her
in
eyes.
basketball shorts because he looks good.
Nobody look that
You could have
good.
diverted and say, I don't think since you let the time get away and you didn't properly plan for us to go on this date at the steakhouse, we might need to go to an outside grill or something, bar and grill, because you're not appropriately dressed.
Right. She wasn't a priority because he would have had a plan.
Exactly. That was a form of disrespect. That's
Right.
how I took
But
it.
but there's still a way.
Very.
You still didn't get to know him. Even
I
though
don't
you
want
weren't a priority. Let me just tell you what. No, I gotta say this. Because you're a woman and you going on a date with a man, hell, he ain't your priority either.
For that
Come
day, if
on.
I committed to
You committed
something,
and you want to get dressed and go eat. You want
no,
that
I'm
meal.
saying if I commit my word to something, that is my priority.
That's
so you don't
right.
even value.
I
So you don't
understand
even
what you're
value.
saying.
So you don't even value yourself enough to stick to your own word and or communicate that plans have to change.
Ooh, Cam,
Okay,
How
okay.
can
so
you
let me
value
say
me
this.
if you don't
Let me
even
say
value
this.
yourself?
Hold on, Leanne. Hold on. You got some hands. You got hands raised. You got Sabrina with her hand up, and Dr. Fab with her hand up. We got a few minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's get those hands up, Lady T.
Go ahead.
Sabrina, come on, Sabrina, talk to us.
Okay, so I understand the part where she say if they're not appropriately dressed for the date. I've done it before. Like when I saw her, I was like, it just was a no. Secondly, about the part about getting to know somebody, me and my best friend always discussed that you can really get to know somebody in like 2 weeks. Like the way people have been revealing themselves, 2 weeks to a month, you already can tell what their focus is, whether it's really to know somebody or they just want sex. It really don't take long anymore because they don't know they don't fake it as long as they used to. Like it's been coming out a lot lately. She said something else. I was going hint on. I don't know, but how we got on the topic of grabbing something? I missed that. What was that?
See, you got to come on every week
That was
and follow
nasty,
the
Leanne. That was
podcast.
nasty, Leanne.
I'm
Let
just
that
the
go.
first. This is my second one. The first one I came in on was about the catfish. I feel like I've been catfished before. He was
Okay.
fine on his pictures, like his Facebook pictures. He was fine, and when I got to see him, like he had been chewing on rocks. His eyes were yellow. His teeth were like it was just. I'm just like I can't do this. It's
He
just.
had a rough life. Yes, absolutely.
But
That's my point
hey, on
exactly.
Facebook, you couldn't tell me nothing about that man. I was trying to go like every picture I saw. I saw
Did
that
you
man
come
in
out and
person.
say, did you come?
Was his mouth open or closed on the picture?
So
So
he
that
was
make a
trying to.
difference.
Oh, you know what else I don't like? I don't like a guy that kind of whisper, like he was quiet, kind of whisper. I don't like that. I like my man to talk, like tell me to shut up or something. But he was whispering. He like he had been chewing on rocks. His eyes were red.
Okay, did you? So when you saw him, did you say you don't look anything like your picture?
I said, I said, oh, you know your angles. Because he know his angles.
I'm done. I'm gonna use that.
Sweet. That was sweet.
All
You
right.
know your angles. He has good angles and obviously a good filter because he been drinking all his life.
Okay. But everyone, thank you. Thank you. You know, it has been so good these past couple of weeks until we have to do a part 2. And it is 10:01. But before the night is over with, I'm asking everyone to join in and sing happy birthday to Social Media Diva. So we're gonna do the old-fashioned style now, but we don't know
You're
that
doing
new
that TikTok.
version. And I'm not going to do the Stevie Wonder. So we're going to take it old school. So on the count of 3, everybody unmute yourself. Everybody, come on. Casey, Papa Dog K, God's Child. Everybody unmute. I want everybody to sing, okay? Even if you off tune, DFG, Key, everybody. And Dream.
Melissa, Sim Simmer,
Happy birthday.
Dorothy Williams, Patrice, unmute yourself. It's birthday.
Yep, let's go. So on the count of 3, we got 1, 2, 3. Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
Media
Diva.
Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
And
Happy
then
birthday, friend.
let's not forget
Happy
Thank you.
on Saturday, it's Lil Bo Peep birthday. It's the season of the Aquarius, the greats.
But not only is
Shout out
it
to the
Lil Bo
Aquarius.
Peep's birthday on Saturday, one time for Papa Doc.
Papa Doc, woo! And Pop, that's why we get along.
Woo, woo, woo.
And guess
Right.
it's also Michael Jordan's birthday.
And everyone next week, Thursday, same place, same time, will be part 2. And we're going to start out with Special K. So until then, you all have a great night. And guess what, y'all? Smooches.
Good night.
Good night, you all.